Raise, first time since 2017, to over 50,000 for a rookie, to one of the hardest jobs in America. And Judge, the teachers make 65,000 coming out of college. I love teachers, don't want to make teachers against cops. We don't want to do that. But she's doing that. A 9-month-a-year job to 12-month-a-year job, life on the line.
Well, you said it. I mean, you don't want to create a problem. I don't know a teacher who straps on a gun and says, I don't know if I'm coming home tonight. First of all, the starting salary for police officers, we're talking NYPD, is $42,500. For teachers, it is $68,000. Right there, we've got $26,000 difference. Teachers work 9 months a year and they get every holiday off. All right. AOC is accusing the defunding safety if you consider giving money to the police. She's out of her mind. I mean, I don't know how much attention the woman needs, but I mean, she's the one who wore the tax the rich dress to the gala. But in the end, what we've got is a woman and a whole group of them who don't understand the fundamental role of police in a civilized society.
Kat, do you understand her point of view? Does she make a lot of sense to you?
I don't think that she's getting enough credit for just how little sense that she's making. I really don't. Because I'm somebody who I've always, accountability for police is important too. It is possible for police to abuse their powers. I mean, that's the Fourth Amendment, for example, in the Constitution. Our founding fathers understood that. The end of my book is actually PSA. You also have the right to not speak, and instructions for encounters with police officers, because that abuse is possible. I believe she fancies herself to be somebody who believes in these things and stands up for these things. She actually just makes literally no sense at all. The clip that you showed missed my favorite part of this interview. I'm going to read it right now. I have to go into my district every single day watching people get treated far worse for doing far less. And then it's like this red carpet that gets rolled out for Trump. I mean, if you hurt one person, you get 10 years in prison. But if you hurt millions of people, you get your name on a building. That's no, okay, let's just take the hurting out of it, okay? That name was on that building before either I or AOC were even born. Right. So what is she talking about? And also, he paid for it. I don't understand why. I mean, and what is she talking? How does it make it less safe to give police more money? These things don't connect and make sense, regardless of what your views are. A does not go to B. I don't understand how she's heralded as this voice for police reform when she makes such little sense. I think that Democrats also hurt Cori Bush, who she says, defund the police. She wants to defund, but she pays for private security. But she's a progressive, even though that's literally the anarcho-capitalist model for policing. I think these people who consider themselves these mouthpieces for police reform do the safety of cities definitely injustice, but also police reform as a cause, because it makes it so laughable. This is completely senseless.
Dana, the police did get a raise. I was happy to see it. They hadn't had no contract since 2017, so they got a 20% raise. That's what she's complaining about.
I mean, because she doesn't understand about the recruitment problem that we have,
and then once you train them, they go elsewhere.
That we have. Yes, and she has an economics degree. I mean, come on. Kat just laid that out perfectly, so I don't need to do that. I don't also understand why she wants to be in Congress, because she doesn't actually seem to want to meet and talk with anybody. So we've been doing crime stories on New York for a long time. I don't think she's ever commented on one of the victims here. And a lot of them were women.
Yeah.
And right here in her district, there's no comment on it. I don't know what she wants to actually do except for to say things that don't make sense and to hurt the Democrats. I know that she's very popular. She probably raises a lot of money for the Democrats, but she is a cost negative for them in the end.
Mm-hmm. I'm not sure about that, because I think her popularity is very important in an aspirational way for young Latinas particularly, but I think young people in that district, that Queens, Bronx district I know so well. She, I think, says things that are very inflammatory at times because she wants to make an impact. But I want to go back to...
What's the impact?
The impact is that...
What is the impact she's
bring attention to the fact that teachers are underpaid, for instance. Why don't teachers get a 28% raise?
Because
I'm all for cops. I have a daughter-in-law who's a rookie NYPD officer. I'm very proud of her. I love cops. I want cops to get the best wage they can possibly get. They're the front line, the thin blue line between civilization and anarchy. But be careful what you wish for. Look who they voted for in Chicago. Brandon Johnson. Who is Brandon Johnson, the mayor-elect of Chicago? He's an extremely progressive People's Republic of Chicago. They voted him in as the next mayor in a city where you can see the anarchy unfolding. We've got to go back to extolling the virtue of cops, embracing cops, and law and order. These punks should get punished. They should be punished. There should be. The remedy to this is 100 cops.
We already know that, but here's the thing. She can't even stand up for women in her district. That's a female police officer who got slugged by someone with 11 priors.
And do you know what he said?
Okay.
God told him to
God told him to. Whatever he said, I don't give a darn. All I care about is what he did. I see it, that's it, prosecute.
And that's absolutely, your rights end when someone else interferes with it. Certainly by violence, it should not be that difficult to say you care about crime victims.
Right. We're about 2,000 cops down now, about 1,000 down in the LAPD. It's not the time to talk them down.
Also, why doesn't she talk about the